Hello Pokemon trainers, welcome back to another Pokemon Scarlet and Violet video here on iStarly TV. Today we are talking about the Samurott 7-star raids, which are now live. Oh, hello. You here to hear about the Samurott raids? So, they are now live in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, and for this entire weekend, you can battle Samurott in 7-star raids. You do need to have beaten the game and unlocked, I think, the 5 and maybe 6-star raids, and then once you're in the home screen, you can press the L button to connect to the internet, and that will make the Samurott raid events available in your game. And these are bug Tera types, so of course once you're on your map, you're going to be searching for the bug kind of black Tera raid icon, and there you go. So as far as strategy for this raid, I have found that it actually seemed really easy. I kind of basically, Cerebi has shown kind of the moveset for the raid. I was just looking for shinies. And basically, Gyarados is perfect for the raid. I'll just kind of start by saying that. Gyarados is the Pokemon that I used to very easily solo this raid. And it is a Tera flying type. I'm just going to get to the moveset right away here. So we've got Chilling Water, Dragon Dance, Tera Blast, and Leer. That is with the Tera flying type. So I don't think Gyarados gets Screech. I could be wrong on that. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong about Gyarados getting Screech or not. If it does get Screech, I might not have any more Screech TMs, and that could be why it's not showing up. But anyways, this just was the best set for me. I just realized I haven't even given it an Adamant Mint yet, so I've been actually dealing less damage in the raids than I was than I should have been actually. So anyways, let me get to the game plan for this raid event. I mean, there are a few Pokemon you can use. Basically, this Samurott is a physical attacker, and all it has are physical attacks. It can use Focus Energy and Swords Dance, although so far I've only ever seen it use Focus Energy and not Swords Dance. And its moves are Aqua Cutter, Mega Horn, Drill Run, and Bulldoze, so it has 2 ground type moves. And also on Cerebi it says it has Night Slash, though personally I've never seen it use Night Slash against me, which is really funny because that's the only move it has that could actually hit me for neutral damage. All of the other moves I either resist or I'm immune to with Gyarados, so I don't know if it does actually have Night Slash or if it just has never used it on me for some reason. So anyways, as far as the strategy here, it's kind of wonky. I don't know if there's like one cookie cutter path to follow like in previous raids. I just kind of mixed things up a little bit, which is kind of funny. Basically, what I did the most recent time, which was pretty easy, was I went for Leer once or twice, and then I went for Chilling Water a few times. Basically, once you Chilling Water 3 times, you are then able to Terrastalize, and once you've Terrastalized, you go Tera Flying, which is obviously that deals a lot of damage. I did go for Dragon Dance before I started going for Tera Blast. Basically, I try to get up 1 or 2 Dragon Dances and get off like 1 or 2 Leers, and then get off 3 Chilling Waters, and then Terrastalize and spam Tera Blast at that point. At that point, it's pretty easy. And the weird thing about this raid event is Samurott gets up its shield pretty early, and its shield is actually really small. So once you break that shield, it's actually pretty easy to go through the rest of the raid with Tera Blast. So that was just kind of confusing to me because usually the raid events, they get up like a really big shield, but for some reason on this one, it wasn't that threatening. As far as EVs, I do have max attack and max defense, which I think is the best EV spread for your Gyarados. If you have max HP, you're probably fine as well. Obviously, you want Intimidate as an ability, but defense gives you more. I mean, it lets you take hits from Samurott a lot better than if you had max HP. And again, this Samurott only has physical attacks from what I've seen, so yeah, you just want to go max attack, max defense. Everything else doesn't really matter. As far as IVs, if you have a Gyarados with not perfect IVs, if you have the bottle caps, you can make sure that its attack, defense, and HP are all maxed out. The rest of these stats kind of don't matter. So as long as you have max attacks, defense, and HP with your IVs, you're good to go at that point. And these moves are pretty easy for it to learn. Like, you should have a bunch of these TMs lying around. So yeah, this raid event seems really easy, and Gyarados is accessible to everyone, so it's not like, you know, if you have Violet, you have this Pokemon or not. Let's just walk through the raid. Also, if you've been doing a lot of the Blissey raids, or if you did a lot of the Blissey raids from the previous event, you probably have a lot of experience candy. And I don't know, I'm sure there's a lot of other Pokemon that could work in this raid event. I think flying types in general are in a really good spot here. All right, so let's go ahead and walk through this raid. I'm just gonna kind of walk you through my kind of strategy, and then when I get to a point where I kind of start spamming Tera Blast, I might just end up putting ahead or fast forwarding the raid. I also forgot to mention, you probably want to max out the PP of the Tera Blast move, because there can be situations where you might run out of that. So anyways, let's just go ahead and start with Chilling Water. I think 1 or 2 times is fine. I think the fact that they missed the first Mega Horn is great for me. And I think that's going to allow me to, I'm just going to go ahead and go for 2 Chilling Waters and then start kind of setting up. It does look like it usually goes Bulldoze on the second turn, which is funny because as a Gyarados, obviously I'm immune to that. It does hit my teammates though, so that's kind of annoying, the fact that they get knocked out, but you know, the fact that I take 0 damage from it is obviously great. You also, there is, as always, typically some luck involved, so you know, they might crit you more than you like, and that can definitely whittle you down more quickly. But also, if you get teammates with Intimidate, then that makes the raid battle a lot easier as well, because then you don't have to really worry about, you know, going for too many Chilling Waters too early on. So I've gone for 2 Chilling Waters here. I'm just going to start leering. I'm just going to go ahead and leer a couple of times. My teammates do paralyze it, which is pretty nice because that means that there's a chance that, as you can see right there, it will not attack. So that's actually really good for me. So far things have been going really well for me. It's going to go ahead and get up the shield right now though, which is really interesting because now actually I cannot go for Leer again, which is important. But it's just really interesting that this raid, the 7-star raid boss, gets up the shield pretty early on, whereas previous raid bosses did it a little later. Some of them did it earlier, but a lot of them, the shield was a lot bigger. So, you know, if we can get up a couple more Dragon Dances, or I'm just going to try to get up 2 Dragon Dances, we should be able to take off a lot of that shield's HP and just kind of break it a little earlier in the battle than normal, I guess. So right after this Dragon Dance, I'm just going to go ahead and go for Chilling Water. Like I said, you know, this one is not, at least with this build with Gyarados, it's not quite as like formulaic as previous raids. You know, with the Greninja raids and Slowbro, it was like, okay, go for Nasty Plot 3 times, then Iron Defense 3 times, and then go for this move and kill it. This time around, you kind of have to play it more by ear and see like, okay, if they're critting me a lot, I might have to use a Heal Cheer. If it misses a lot, then maybe I can go for fewer Chilling Waters. But in order to Terastallize, you're gonna need to go for Chilling Water 3 times. So it is possible, if you don't want to use Chilling Water since it's really weak, or if you do want to use Chilling Water, but you also want to have another option for a offensive move, you can try something else. But at the same time, Gyarados unfortunately does not get that many flying moves. It gets Hurricane, which is really risky because it's not very accurate, but also it goes off of your weaker offensive stat, and beyond that it doesn't really get too much else. So I think as far as Gyarados is concerned, this might be kind of, unfortunately, just the better option that you have. Let's see, okay, that didn't hit yet, good. Okay, yeah, that does so much damage from the shield, and that's going to heal me a good amount with my Shell Bell. And as long as it doesn't crit me, I should be okay. Now the funny thing is, once I do Terastallize, I am no longer a water type, so I will be taking more damage from the Aqua Cutter. So that's something you have to keep in mind, but with Gyarados being tanky enough, as long as this Samurott does not crit me too much, it shouldn't be a big deal, the fact that I'm taking more damage from Aqua Cutter. And right there, I'm gonna get back to full health, and that is going to break the shield, which is perfect. So it looks like I should be able to beat this raid pretty easily, even without teammates that have Intimidate as well. If you do have teammates with Intimidate, it makes it all the easier, but without them, you know, again, if it misses, that also helps you out a lot. So at this point, I think we're in a good spot, unless it crits me like multiple times in a row. But if it doesn't, then we should be good to go. It is going to negate my Dragon Dances, but I think we should have enough power to kind of still get there. So at this point, I'm planning on just. Oh wait, okay. Yeah, that still does a good amount. So at this point, I am just gonna plan on spamming Tera Blast for the rest of the raid. And so I'm just gonna kind of fast forward through the rest of this. It does go for Swords Dance here, which is something to keep in mind. And that's actually pretty scary, to be quite honest. But I'm gonna say I think we should still be okay here. Let's see. Alright, so I'm actually losing this one, which is really annoying. So it did get multiple critical hits in a row. And that actually knocked me out, which basically made it so that I lost the battle because I didn't have any good physical moves to hit it with. So I was not doing much damage once I came back, and you cannot terrasilize anymore once you've been knocked out. So yeah, awkwardly, I did lose that one, but this strategy did work for me before. It has worked for me a few times already. I've already kind of gotten I've already done this raid event a few times. I'll just show you the Samurott that I got, the actual Samurott that I got from the first time I beat it. And it does have the Mightiest Mark, which is cool. And I caught it in a luxury ball. You know, I was thinking of what to catch it in. So it does have Night Slash. For some reason, it never goes for that, which is really weird. And it's going to be a lonely nature, which is kind of a lame nature for it, to be quite honest. But Samurott's a cool Pokemon. I really like it. And, you know, as far as Pokeballs are, I was kind of going all over the place. I think this is the first game where you can actually capture Samurott in a Dream Ball. So if you are interested, that's a really cool ball to have it in. I know it doesn't really match the color scheme. But again, if you're kind of a collector and you care about that thing, or that kind of thing, I mean, this is the first game where you can catch Samurott in a Dream Ball. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think in Sun and Moon, in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, you can catch Samurott with like one of the island scan or something, which means you actually can obtain it with the Apricorn balls, I believe. I could be wrong on that. Correct me if I'm wrong. But either way. So that is my my Gyarados strategy for the Samurott raids. Like I said, obviously it didn't work in this exact video, but that's just because they got lucky. Luck is involved. Once again, if you get one or two other teammates with Intimidate, it feels like a guaranteed win. Just try to play smart about when you use your moves and just kind of make sure you take a look at your HP. If you want, you can use a different item other than Shell Bell, because Shell Bell is a little awkward sometimes. Although at the same time, it did help me out a few times as well. You know, you can run Bulldoze if you want to lower its speed. It's not going to do that much damage, but you know, making sure you're faster than it is kind of a big deal as well. You can run Body Slam to possibly paralyze it. You know, like I said, you don't get that many good physical flying type moves as Gyarados, so Tera Blast is kind of your best bet. And as you saw in the video, I was really, really close to taking it out. So just kind of go ahead and do that same strategy, you know, and it'll work really well for you. Again, my strat was 2 Chilling Waters, 1 Leer, 1 Dragon Dance, or I think 2 Dragon Dances, and then Terrasilize and start spamming Tera Blast. I think you want to Terrasilize as late as possible because, you know, make sure you terastallize just right before. Oh, I thought that was a shiny Murkrow. It's a Toxel. Make sure you terastallize right before you use Tera Blast, because if you terastallize before that, then you're a flying type and you're going to be taking more damage from Aqua Cutter. So you want to make sure that you terastallize at the last possible moment. So yeah, a little bit of an awkward one, but I didn't feel like doing another one because these kind of get frustrating because they take so long with this Gyarados. I'm sure there's a Pokemon out there that's going to be even better. Again, I didn't try Corviknight, but it sounds like a good option as well, just because it's so tanky and it can take hits really well. So with Corviknight, you can go Bulk Up, Drill Peck, probably Roost, and then your fourth move can be whatever else you want it to be, maybe Power Trip. So you have a lot of good options for Corviknight as well. I think that's a good choice. I've also seen people online say that Annihilate was a good option for them, that they were able to solo with Annihilate. Maybe I would say max attack, max defense. And they said that they went for Screech like 1 or 2 times, and then after that just spammed Rage Fist. So that can be an option as well. Thing about Annihilate though is you take neutral damage from Aqua Cutter and also from Bulldoze. So I don't know, that sounds a little rough for me. Although I do think with Shell Bell you can probably recover a lot of health. So, you know, as far as Tera type is concerned, I'm not too sure. I think you don't really need to worry about the Tera type for Annihilate because the shield is so small on Samurott. But those are just other options if you want to try those out. Also, let me know in the comments what you thought about the raid event and also what worked really well for you. You know, I know that the title of this video is that this raid event is pretty easy and I ended up losing this first one, but like I said, the few times that I did the same exact strategy before the video, it was really easy for me, mainly because the shield is so small, and once I broke that, I just kind of completely, you know, killed it in a few hits with Tera Blast. So hopefully that works for you as well. But anyways, thank you very much for watching. I hope this video helped you out. Please leave a like and subscribe for more Pokemon Scarlet and Violet videos, and I'll see you next time.